We're now on our way to Ardrossan. So this is an experiment for us, isn't it? Because the car, well, the car's driving. Yeah, the car's loaded up, and we're sort of chuggering along, and we're going to do our best to record what it is that we've done. So at the beginning of this, you would have seen a video of us driving away as we are now, and we're now having a conversation about the location, the place in which we're going, which you'll now also see on a map that I've drawn for you to let you know where we're travelling from and where we're travelling to.
And we're heading over to the Yorke Peninsula, and I think Ardrossan is on the eastern coast of the Yorke Peninsula. Geography is not really my strong point, so it's good that you've got a map up.
Well, here we are at Port Wakefield. Isn't this exciting?
Well, this is the most of Port Wakefield I've ever seen. It's a major sort of intersection that we head to when heading north, either to Port Augusta or go around the corner to Yorke Peninsula. But mostly I would have only stopped at a petrol station, stopped for food. That's it. So today we've taken a little detour and we can actually see the Wakefield River.
And it's not very exciting, is it?
Well, it's a nice little outlook, but
I don't know where the port is, though. That's the issue.
We didn't find that. Maybe we didn't look hard enough.
No, but this is about as best as we get. There are quite a few people in the caravan park, interestingly enough.
The population is 593. I thought that was an interesting number, the 593. I wonder whether most of them do work in that busy area where there's all the petrol stations and the food and cafe places, because there is a lot of traffic through there, and apparently it's quite notorious for accidents. The section of the Port Wakefield Road, not this section of the Port Wakefield River that you can see.
And it's quite barren looking out there, isn't it?
It is. Do you mean no trees or the dry or all of that?
It's just dry and shrub.
Yeah. I guess part of that is we're at the end of summer. Okay, ready? Okay, so we're in Dublin, South Australia, not Dublin Island. We stopped here because I felt like it, actually. I would have been past this place many times, headed north along Port Wakefield Road. I don't know if it's the first time I've ever stopped here. Maybe we've stopped here for petrol before. I don't know. It's not a particularly memorable place. Population is 241 people, darling, so even less than where we're headed in Ardrossan. It's a cool day. We've had warm weather, unseasonably warm weather through March, so it feels odd to have a cool, windy, overcast day. Not much to say about Dublin.
Well, we've just turned left and we're now heading towards our destination. Isn't this exciting?
So, well, it doesn't actually look very exciting, does it? It's a flat, barren landscape, agricultural land, Yorke Peninsula. Welcome to Yorke Peninsula, South Australia at the end of summer.
Yeah, not very exciting at all. And here we are at Ardrossan. Isn't this exciting? Look at all the traffic, it's so busy.
I reckon it would have been very different on the weekend because we've just come Tuesday after Easter, and it would have been packed for the Easter long weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah, but not today. Not today, and maybe
not tomorrow.
Maybe not tomorrow, no, exactly.
Have to wait until the next lot of holidays.
Well, here we are finally at Ardrossan, and this is the most exciting part of Ardrossan actually, which is the museum.
We spent an informative time there. I was very impressed with the knowledge of the women and the way it was set up. It was mostly women working there and the way it was set up. And we got to watch a movie, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Which is not what I was expecting.
But we were there to be educated about the jump, stump, that plough thing.
Jump, plough.
This thing you see right here.
Yeah, do you remember learning about that in school? Because I reckon I should have learned about that in school, but maybe I was reading under the desk at that point and not paying attention.
Well, I surprisingly enough was paying attention, which amazes me even more. But yes, I do remember them talking about the jump, stump, plough. And the purpose of the jump stump plough was to be able to plough through, not forests.
Mallee, it's the mallee. And I didn't even know they were mallee trees. So
it's about when they cleared the mallee.
Yes.
To be able to
plant the land. So
yeah,
that
to plough the land, they
plough
need
the
to
land
jump
in
over
order-
the...
the mountain. There was a very complicated story which I can't remember about why it was why the mallee tree in particular was difficult, and the ordinary or the plough that they brought over from England wasn't going to work. So we're talking back at the time of British colonisation and early settlers. And
Because the ground they just expect the ground to be flat.
with nothing growing.
Yeah,
Right.
well, nothing like stumps or whatever. Or if there were trees, you just pull the tree out by the root.
Yeah, and that
But you
didn't
couldn't pull
work for
you
the
couldn't pull the
mallee.
root. No, because the mallees has too many different roots
Right.
and too many different branches coming from that same root in the ground, I guess. So it made it impossible because they've never experienced it before. Because it's unique. It's unique to us, unique to South Australia, which is most exciting.
But now you'll barely see a mallee tree anyway because they're all being pulled up, which is one of the things that we noticed driving was that there's actually very few trees because they have been pulled up so that the land has been used for wheat and other grains.
Yeah, spot on. So this is the highlight of our journey. Now apparently this is the crab centre of the universe. So I don't know whether it says enjoy your visit. It means the crab should be enjoying its visit.
Well, probably not. They're blue swimmer crabs, which apparently are quite delicious. I'm not really into eating crabs, but they're quite delicious apparently. So I'm sure that come the big seasons when the visitors visit, the crabs wish nobody was there because that's their death now.
It is. And here is your famous Red Beach.
Yes, the red cliffs of Ardrossan.
So you were interested in the beach here, weren't you?
I've never seen red cliffs like that, so that was fascinating to me, and I'd certainly never seen red sand, and I was a bit horrified to find that there were pebbles on the beach because that reminded me of Brighton Beach in England, although there are many, 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 many more pebbles on the Brighton Beach in England even than the beach here. So it didn't look like the sort of beaches that I'm used to, those white, sandy beaches with a bit of seaweed.
No, it was rather a drab beach, really, to be fair, wasn't it?
The cliffs are quite stunning. That's the beach itself, yes, drab, but the surrounding cliff area is nice. That's rather stunning.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest that it's quite like the White Cliffs of Dover.
What?
I don't think it has that same sort of impact, really.
But maybe if Vera Lynn did a song about it.
The Red Cliffs of Ardrossan. I don't know whether that would necessarily rhyme all that well, but nevertheless, they are the Red Cliffs.
And
the
that's
sand is
because
red.
it's clay.
And there's red elsewhere you discovered, and Broome, didn't you, somewhere like that?
Well, I did. When I found that we had a beach with red sand, you know what I do? I just go online and have a little bit of a Google search. And there is a red beach up in Broome in Western Australia, so that's right up the top, the northwest of the country, almost as far as you can go northwest, isn't it?
It is.
And I thought the highlight it's stunning. The photos are really, really stunning. But the highlight was the name. They just called it a red sand beach.
Well, why would you call it anything else? Why, you know?
Well, fair enough.
And here we are at the highlight of our trip, which is Port Clinton.
Now, Port Clinton, I remember from when I was a child. The neighbours across the road used to invite us sometime, my family, my foster folks, and we used to travel up, not with them, but go and meet them. They had a shack, and it was actually a shack, it looked like a bit of a shed, really, from memory. But most of the holiday places there now are rather more salubrious, more like transportable homes, aren't they?
As you can see there in that shot, yeah.
It did. Yeah, so we would go there and the adults would go crabbing. I don't know, I probably went swimming, I suppose. I don't know that there was anything else to do, really. We did pass a little shop. I have vague recollections of wandering down to the shop to get an ice cream. But I have fond memories of it. It was good times.
Look how far that tide is out, though.
Yeah, we didn't...
Little boat stranded there.
That's right. I did remember that. I noticed the seagulls when we were there, because we don't see seagulls at our place. We're not near the sea, and I realised that I rather miss them. Not that they're in that shot at all, but I do remember saying hello to the seagulls. So that's Port Clinton. That was a good memory for me from childhood.
And lots of mangroves there, and still barren, and it was a fishing.
Still very
place.
flat.
It was fishing,
it's just
I guess.
a fishing
I
place
guess
and a
if you're
holiday
into-
place.
If you're into fishing, it was the right place to be.
I think there might be a few people who live there, but I think it is a place that people just flock to if you're into boats and crabbing and fishing.
Yeah, it wasn't for us though, because we were
Because
into
we're not into any
either
of
of that.
No.
Yeah. There's the mangroves.
And there's the mangroves.
So here we are, reversing our way back home, because we thought it was a good way to travel home. So
In
here
reverse.
we're
Yes.
slowly, because we're not going back there again, are we?
Well, no, not in a hurry. We might go a little bit further down the York Peninsula, perhaps go down to the foot of the peninsula. I've never been that far, but yeah, not Ardrossan.
And here we are, home, safe and sound.